paper magic will survive like the heat death of the universe, and will...
Oh, it's a smuggler's copter. Would you like to crew this? And then it crashes because they don't understand arithmetic.
All your cards belong to me.
2 minutes into macing him in the eyeballs, I switched to pepper spray. He's like, it's downright refreshing. And went back to the mace.
Magic is dying. I'm done. Selling everything.
I might be a hoarder. And yes,
I don't have the crayons or glue to explain this to you right now.
What, are you gonna die twice?
Oil will be worthless before magic cards will.
well, okay, Dr. Man.
That's Mr. Dr. Professor Jason.
I want to just like take out like a $300,000 loan and just like buy a bunch of magic cards.
I hear ads on XM radio all the time. It's like, if you do at least $50,000 a month in business and you're looking for a loan, contact us. Get your money today, kind of thing.
I mean,
you know?
radio ads are not where you should be looking.
Right. And that's what I think about it every time. But then I also think, is there anyone making 50 grand a month in their business who's then like, because like they're paying for a radio ad, they assume that they are getting an ROI on that ad. That means there must be business owners out there making that much money a month using their service.
Mm-hmm.
And that's crazy to me, because why would you use their service? That has to be the worst, you know?
It turns out that like the floor and barrier to entry to starting a business and like getting that amount of revenue is very, very low. And so like they don't say if you're doing $50,000 a month profit, they say like like
Yeah, I
you could be
understand.
treading water.
Yeah.
And like, oh, I need to like, or you could be like slowly failing, which is the worst case scenario. You could be like doing $50,000 in business a month and like losing $55,000 in business a month, and then like, oh, I need this loan to kickstart, blah blah blah. Like, you don't have to be smart to be able to do that.
For sure. But anyway, yeah, no, just something I think about. But yeah, you know, the perils and pitfalls of opening a game store. There's always something fun to talk about. And welcome into Brainstorm Brewery, everybody. Just DJ and I this week.
You don't have a camera on.
Oh,
I have beef with you, part 2.
True. He's right. There is no camera on.
Last episode's title was DJ and Corbin have beef, and now I would argue, steak, maybe even like chicken fried rice with you.
It was
like,
ground beef before.
I'm not, listen,
Now it's peel-off.
I'm not a gatekeeper of meats. And it's rude of you to try to put that on me and give me that cross to bear.
Just always talking about steak. I just want to have steak next time we, 3 years from now when the three of us are all free at the same time to go to dinner again.
Did you enjoy your 20 minutes you spent with us at Bopa de Becco?
Bipa de Becca. It was great. Whatever it was great. I ate
The
some
Luigi store.
lasagna. I'm more of a
Lasagna.
Mario guy.
You would be in Mario, Andy.
No, not at all. But welcome into the show, everybody. It's Corbin. It's DJ. Liz is moving this week. Not here, but you've got us. And we are going to talk magic. Let's talk about the next round of promos. There's a lot of talk about this. When Liz is on the show, she talks about how the Riftbound promos, and I know One Piece does this as well, they give out promos that end up being worth such a large amount of money that and not just like, oh, that's a $50 promo, or that's $100, thousands of dollars for the promos at various events you can get. We then contrast that to the RCQ promos for this year, the next round. Was just announced today, and it's Sun Pearl Kieran, an uncommon from a standard set, and Pinnacle Starcage, an Edge of Eternity's
Corbin,
board wipe.
What standard set, for those who don't know, for those of us who didn't check the set this card is from, for the one of us between the two of us who didn't go to mtgband.com into the search bar and just type Sun Pearl ampersand to check this beautiful 31-cent market price card. What set is it from? Just for those of us who didn't do the work beforehand.
Tarkir Dragonstorm.
Great. Yeah, you did the homework. Awesome. Love that.
Did Wizards, though? Because this card is not hugely played. In fact, they banned the one deck that it was played in a while back when they correctly banned some amount of the Pixie deck.
The art for this card is very, very cool.
I agree with that. Pinnacle Star Cage, as far as I can tell, not really played at all anymore. I mean, there was a while where it was played against Mono Red and Gruul when those were big parts of the format. Don't really think it's played much anymore. So seems like a big old whiff on this round of promos. Although I will say the last ones they revealed were better. But this seems to be a constant source of discussion of the various promotional items that Wizards puts out in the game. What's your take on this, DJ? I know that once they give it the Pro Tour, can be worth quite a bit of money.
They can, but it's really, really weird in how inconsistent Wizards is with knowing what cards are good and bad. Because if it was universally just bad promos every time, that would make more sense. And if it was universally good promos every time, it would make more sense. I don't know if this is a broken clock right twice a day kind of situation, but like, Vendilion Click is not a Magic card. Vendilion Click is not a real thing that should be a promo in the year of our Lord. Like, what are we doing? I
think there's someone at Wizards who's like, if Vendilion Click is not a Magic card, what are we doing?
Moving on with our lives.
They did that Secret Lair of Fairies, right? And there's a Vendilion Click in that. That's actually worth a fair amount of money. It's a cube card, right? So I can see
there are cards that are also cube cards that are better. Like we are at the point where I think the vast majority of Magic players in the game have never cast a Vendilion Click.
Yeah.
And like there's just cards in the past 5 years, 10 years. There's cards in the past 10 years from like as far back as the original Tarkir, which was actually like 12 years ago. But like there are plenty of things that we do not have to go into the minds of original Lorwyn and Morningtide for to find, oh, it's just a cube card. Like Tamio Pro Tour card, great choice. Incredible, very powerful resonant Magic card, flavorful character, very cool, like person in the game's universal lore that everyone claims they love so much but don't actually read or care about. Like, great choice. But like, also we have Karn Liberated Pro Tour, and guess what? He's got shorts now. Woo! Woo! Karn Liberated, the all-star of when I played competitive Magic. Yeah, that's right. When DJ played, this card was good. Spoiler alert, 10 plus years ago. Like, I don't know if we have a frozen caveman situation where like somebody was unthawed from the WotC company freezer and like suddenly was put in charge of making promo cards. Like, but also sometimes they hit and sometimes they pick Tamio. So like, I don't know, man.
I actually think it's more inexcusable to miss at the Pro Tour level because there's only a couple of them a year. I can actually sympathize with the
standard ones are harder. I agree. Pick like
game day
calling
promos.
Your shot on like specific cards that end up being very, very good. Like, I'm sure they didn't like weren't actually able to test like just how good Stock Up was. I'm sure Stock Up was like, oh, this is a pretty good cantrip or something, but I doubt anybody was like, this is vintage playable better than Dig Through Time. Like, it's real tough to do the play testing and the exact numbers on stuff like that, I imagine. But
but is your contention that Stock Up would be a good one?
Or I think Stock Up would have been a very good choice at the time. I think that's a hard called shot to make, just like Sun Pearl Kirin. Like, the rate on Sun Pearl Kirin is solid. It's got a good amount of text on it. Flash, flying, 2-drops are like historically reasonably good rates. Like, it's got Resto Angel vibes. Like, there are words on this card I can imagine being good and playable, and I can see an alternate reality fracture Earth where like Elon Musk is tied to a cross and this card is $3. Like, I can envision that world, but like, it's so much harder for me to justify shit like Gideon Ally of Zendikar 3 years ago. Like, what? Who is in charge of that, and why are they also not on the other side of that cross?
The white mouse from Bloomburrow as a recent one was pretty painful, but it's tough too, because like when they had just a common or uncommon white mouse that clearly in their early testing or in the early data that they had to work with, they saw red white mouse as being a pushed archetype. So they said, okay, we want to make this promo for game day or whatever 9 months from now, a year from now. We think red white mice will be good. And then red white mice ends up not being good. And then they end up banning Monstrous Rage or whatever. And then your promo hits. And it's just, it seems like it's a rock and a hard place on those kind of things, because the standard ban list can throw it all off. I don't actually know what the fix is. And so with Stock Up in particular,
they picked Shark Typhoon for 2 years ago with the Urza, like Urza Saga, a very good one. But the same cycle had Monastery Swiftspear, also a good one. But like Shark Typhoon was not good when they were designing these. Like they had
Shark Typhoon was a $15 staple in the years leading up to this.
In 2020, if you want to count 2020, yes.
Through 2023. Something like Shark Typhoon is rough, because if you're the person designing promos, you don't know what the person designing Commander Duskmourn House of Horror is putting into their card file. If they put in your $12 cool, we think we're going to have a cool $10 to $15 promo, and the next thing you know, it's gotten hit in 2 Commander sets by the time your promo comes out.
And a Secret Lair. There's a Secret Lair countdown to minimize
this is what I mean. They can burn through the equity on anything but the top end of staples really quick, and you end up with a situation where, yes, it looks like a laughable promo now. But there was years
Google
where
sheet,
that was a
man. Like, what are we doing?
I mean, they certainly do, right? But like, okay, I'm doing the promos. I guess you could Control F every card design file that's constantly in flux. Like, it's just, I guess what I'm saying is, I can see how you end up with some bad ones on some of those shorter timelines. I don't see how you end up with a miss on, say, the Pro Tour or even the RC level. You should be able to do more solid, I think, than they have traditionally. But this does lead into, actually, one of my breaking bulks.
Breaking bulk time. Breaking bulk time. Break.
Oh, yeah, breaking bulk. There's so much good stuff.
It's a pick. Breaking bulk. The end.
DJ, it's a red player reward card.
Burst Lightning.
Yes. So for those,
I just dabbed. For everyone who's listening to the podcast, I did do a dab.
For those not aware, I actually used to have a pretty decent collection of player reward cards because I got a bunch of them in the mail. And I was like, these are cool. I love these textless player reward cards. I got cryptic commands in the mail. This is so neat. Burst Lightning was worth $1 for the entirety of its existence. It was worth $1 to $2 since it was printed as one of these, right? This would be an example of a bad promo. But they mailed it to you. It came to you in the mail for playing F&M, so it felt free, because it kind of was. It spiked once it became legal in standard, more or less. I guess actually spiked first last year. It's currently $10 to $12, but it's in the middle of another spike and is heading up to $15 to $20. So really what I'm getting at here is a number of these player reward cards have actually spiked pretty recently. For instance, the Ponder, the player rewards Ponder, the one that's way worse than Fish Ponder, but still pretty big. That card has gone in the past year from like 10 to 20 plus.
Hang on. Yeah. I think I've mentioned this story every time it comes up, every time the card Ponder comes up on the podcast. But I want to paint a picture for you. The year is 2018, and I am working probably a standard or modern Grand Prix Magic the Gathering event. I am just patrolling the booth, just checking out sales. And somebody walks up to me who needs some number of Ponders for whatever format they're playing. It's banned in Modern at this point, but like they get into Pauper, Legacy, I don't know. And they say, "Do you have any Fish Tit Ponders?"
Oh God!
Not Fish Ponder like what you said, of which I believe there are still only one. I believe there is only one art of Ponder that has some merfolk on it. There's one.
Pick up the remote and click the big button.
Like a turtle on it. There's one with Avatar. Like there's Spider-Man Ponder. There's 3 Moons Ponder. But like, They could have left it at Fish Ponder, but they didn't. And now, every time your opponent casts this 1-mana sorcery, you get to think about Fish Tip Ponder.
It's basically the plot of the movie It Follows, Insidious,
The Shape of Water, perhaps?
Smile, whatever. One of these. DJ just... So,
I didn't even...
Great.
Well, I also buried the lead, and the person that came up to the booth was Corbin Hostler, so like...
Joke's on him. I have my fish ponders already. Manatithe is another one.
In there somewhere for...
Manatithe is another one. Magic Player Rewards card that's been spiking. It's gone from 10 to 30 or so in there. Sorry, 10 to 20 plus in the past year. So just something to keep in mind. So we talked about it a little bit either last week or the week before on the show about how scarce items move, even if they're sort of niche. And that certainly goes for the player rewards cards.
I don't think this is player rewards cards increasing as an asset class so much it is just all Magic cards, personally.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and that's what I mean. Anything that's even slightly scarce is getting squeezed.
Even things that are scarce, like it's just not.
Yeah.
It's just we have. I keep saying tripled just as a guesstimate, but like I don't know, tripled the player base. Like if Final Fantasy doubled it and then Avatar like added a similar number of players, like. Or Avatar plus, like, every other IP combined, if you want to try to match the Final Fantasy. Like, we've just gotten such a massive, massive influx of players over the past few years, and I know I won't shut up about it because it is the most important thing I think that is happening in the game right now. But, like, there's just millions and millions of people who are previously untapped Magic players, pun not intended, of, like... just people getting in through these Universes Beyond and through their friends who got in through Universes Beyond. Like I've seen the spider web and how far it goes anecdotally talking to Magic players because I've worked a lot of events over the past couple of years, and common just shooting the breeze question is, hey, what got you? Oh, I've been playing Magic for a couple of years. Oh, what got you in? Most common answers is my friend. And the follow-up is like, oh, my friend got back in through Lord of the Rings, or got back in through Avatar, or back in through Fallout, or got hooked through Final Fantasy TV ad. Like, it's just so much. And these people all have 30 years of history to just delve into and just learn about and absorb. And, like, I think a lot of these people are people who grew up on other games that don't have 30-year histories. And Magic is just this bottomless well of just... words and artwork and information that you get to absorb like a sponge while you're scrolling TikTok and working at the Amazon factory before your fingers get cut off. Like, that's just the world we live in now.
Yeah. Well, and also that's why the market moves so much is when we see, like, say, these Strixhaven precons come out and everyone's building the black-white one, and it just, the prices on everything just, they don't just go up a little bit, right? They just... They quintuple overnight and then they go up more after that. And it's just because there's so many people. And it's just, even if it takes a very small percentage of people who are exposed to that for the first time to decide that they want to do this.
Hang on.
To make a move.
Corbin, just for the YouTube enjoyers out there, which you should watch this at youtube.com/Brainstorm Brewery or youtube.com/BSB. I think it's the first one.
One of those.
But, like, Corbin had the most idyllic, adorable little black cattail submarine periscope style on his desk walking along, and then he picked up the cat without putting it in the frame and took it off the desk, breaking like literally the number one rule of the internet, which is the cat tax or the dog tax or the cute animal tax. Thank you for abiding by the... Yeah, see, look at that cat. That cat does not want to be held, but it's okay because it needs to be held for the camera.
She didn't want to be held, but she did want to come up here and jump in my lap, and now she wants to roll all over me. So great.
I am the one who has to keep Corbin in line, apparently.
Yeah, it is true. Well, we've only had cats for I don't know, a couple years, so we're learning. Oh, you're just here for the food, I see. Go over there.
Also, speaking of the Strixhaven Commander precons, the expected value on those is still very, very good. And normally it's not amazing after a precon comes out. Like, normally when a precon comes out, the set of 5 or the set of 4, all the values and the stuff crash, and it takes a reasonably long time to catch up to parity, and then another 6 months to a year for the precon to cook and like be worth cracking. We are seeing, I'm using MTG Band for this, by the way, which is an amazing data aggregate tool that pays for our hosting and our website and our editor and all of that stuff. MTGBand.com, promo code 50BSB. That is 50BSB. I just typed in Secrets of Strixhaven precons on the sealed product tab, and TCG low on the Quandrix deck is $37. EV on the deck is $37. TCG low on the Prismari deck, $38. EV is $44. TCG low on Lorehold is $40. EV is $35. A little bit worse, which is, again, like, speaking to the deck's power that is the worst ratio. Silver Quill is TCG 47, low is 30, or sorry, TCG low is 47, EV is 38. Like, that's where we're at for these 5 decks, and
that's pretty good.
I don't think it's going to go down. Like, the EV of the Prismari deck is not going to go down, and then you can click on a little button on ban, and what are the best cards in the Prismari Precon? You actually get to see like what exactly is in the product. You can download that as a spreadsheet or CSV file, run it through TCG Player, run it through whatever the hell you want. Fairy Mastermind got reprinted in that. So, and the new dual lands, obviously the Turbulent Springs, the one that the little Junji Ito spiral kind of nonsense. Goldspan Dragon in the Precon, Lightning Greaves Classic, Harmonic Prodigy. That was a reprint that got like hit, that was spiked for a while and then hit down. Reliquary Tower, Scorched Geyser, Veyran, Voice of Duality. That card used to be very expensive. You just get all this data, and like 6 months from now, I'm going to do the same thing, click the same buttons, see TCG EV on the Prismari Precon is like 60, and then try to find a bunch on eBay or Amazon and just crack them. And like that is a chunk of my business model that you have access to, that anybody has access to, because of the power of the internet.
All right, make sure to check out MTG Ban. Also, you can use it to look up this breaking bulk. DJ, I have a Modern Horizons 3 colorless uncommon.
You already braked my bulk. You already bulked my break.
All right, I'll just tell you.
Are we doing doubles? No, I'll beat you again. It's fine.
All right. I just got a bonus one then. It's Vexing Bauble. Pick up your Vexing Baubles.
So, Modern Horizons 3 boxes also have a crazy high EV. If we use the tools here... Modern Horizons 3. That is from 3, right? Not 2?
Correct.
Modern Horizons 3 Play Booster Box. TCG low 233, TCG low EV 228. So, like, you are barely losing money if you crack a Modern Horizons 3 Play Booster Box on average. If you are somebody that is trying to get into vending or, like, run an actual operation or, like, just consistently churn and buy with the singles, you should be listing it more than TCG low. You should probably be listing closer to TCG market or above that to get value on the multi-card orders. Like, you can crack a box of Modern Horizons 3 and then list it for 300 total probably, and then make a margin on that. Like, this is just free information. Unless stuff like Vexing Bauble obviously gets stronger the more powerful cards are printed, like blah, 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 blah. It's just, the math is just there for you to, like, make money, especially at volume. Like, if you do a bunch of these, I have a colleague who is intentionally cracking like several hundred boxes of Modern Horizons 3 and then bringing the cards to Europe and Japan.
Yeah,
because they're worth more over there. Like staples for competitive formats tend to be worth more in the opposite oceans from our little colonized area. Like, that's just, you can do that. It's free. All right, time for me to skunk Corbin.
Probably.
I have a Scars of Mirrodin artifact creature that is common, that has what else can I give you? I'm not gonna like be that mean. It's a Scars of Mirrodin artifact common creature that did not see standard play. I'll add that. I can't add too much information.
A Scars of Mirrodin uncommon creature.
Common
COMMON. And what color? Colorless?
It has I will give you that it has a color identity. Like, it's not just pure colors. It has a color identity.
Okay. The wolf.
What wolf?
The Infect Wolf?
Not an artifact.
In fact, wouldn't have been. It's not like a. So Scars of Mirrodin, you said. So we don't have Infect yet.
Scars of Mirrodin did have Infect. It did.
Okay, so my thought is like
Corbin. Scars of Mirrodin did not have colored artifacts yet, so it's not. It has a color identity, not colored art. Like it's not like like Corey Steelcutter. It's not like a red artifact. It is an artifact that has color identity.
Oh, so it's a spell bomb of some kind.
Or those are not creatures, but.
Oh, okay. I understand. Okay, I'm caught up. I understand what you're saying. Is it one of the... That set had mirror, right? So,
yes.
like, silver mirror.
You're close.
Black mirror, red mirror, blue mirror.
Literally the one you did not guess. Gold mirror.
Gold mirror.
Corbin guessed 4 times. Guessed wrong 4 times. Also, he guessed Rotwolf, which is not an artifact creature.
Rotwolf.
Gold mirror is the gold standard of breaking bulks. It is one of the first cards I was personally dredging out of bulk boxes back when I was a wee baby lad.
This is so dirty. This is from Mirrodin, though, not Scars of Mirrodin.
It's in Scars of Mirrodin.
I understand that. That is not how the game is played. Go on. It's how the game is historically played by DJ, to be honest. But go on. You got to go with the... I guess maybe I should have asked to clarify the original printing. But the original printing's also worth money. Go on, though.
Gold mirror has several printings. Almost all of them are worth $1. The Scars printing is worth 73 cents. And you can buy list it for $0.25 to Card Kingdom. I think this, too, like, all roads lead back to... new players from Universes Beyond picking up cards they've never seen before. We have people who are like, oh, I built a cloud deck and it's mono white, but it doesn't have access to ramp. I need cards that in the white color identity that make white mana. Oh, gold mirror, it's only $1. Let me just add that to my cart for my Midgard Mercenary deck. Like, there's so much of this going on behind the scenes. And if we go to the TCG Player actual page for the card and we go view more data, like, the card sells several copies a day, all around 50 cents to $1. And you have the option to be part of that if you are picking these out of your bulk. You can just, like, chuck it up there for 75 cents, $1. And if you don't want to be the person packing, like, $1 orders, you can set your shipping threshold to higher. So then you have a minimum order value that you are packing. So, like, you can list this card for $1. And then if somebody cart optimizes or whatever, you get an order for a $1 card with $5 shipping. Great. That's good for you. Or they just add it to a package and they buy 8 cards from you. And then you are getting more value out of your shipping costs anyway. So, like, the mirror are back. They used to be true bulk. I believe they all kind of got, like, reprinted and ignored and, like, fell by the wayside. So basically. They were all not Roka pickable. They are back in resurgence. They are no longer an endangered species. You can eat them. They do, like, it's like forbidden snacks. They're not forbidden snacks. They're delicious. The gold one is like this lovely honey flavor. It's
like
incredible.
The Goldschlager of the mirrors.
Corbin, beer is gross.
That's not a beer. I like if you manage to come across a foil one from Scars of Mirrodin. Card Kingdom will give you $6.50 for it. That's sometimes some really nice pulls when I'm going through bulk. Is even if people have pulled out good stuff, sometimes they just don't mess with the foil commons, and you can find some nice hits. Okay, yep. Well, let's talk about Secret Lairs before we move on, because we've had some big ones recently. The Goblins one, they had the big advertisement for the Cats one. What is sort of the your take on these last couple of layers, DJ, and how the releases have gone, and just sort of that seems to be one of the biggest topics of conversation these days. Where do you kind of see that product at?
We talked about the Goblin Lair last week, I think, but I am a continuous just buyer of all Secret Lairs as just a class of card. I think that there are a couple stinky ones every now and again, but if you are the kind of person that cares about Magic finance and you are the kind of person that wants to treat this game as a side hustle to help make you money, I think you should secretly rile up all of the people who are complaining about scalpers and just slowly push them off of a boat. Because it's tough to make money in this late stage capitalist hellscape. Like, oh no, somebody paid $160 for Goblin Lair. Now they want to sell it for $350 or $400. That person is evil. Just, it's fine. It's a luxury item. It's all reprints. The deck is not like an exclusive series of Goblin cards that secretly unlock your Goblin deck to a higher tier of power. Like, it's reprints. It's fine. And the cat Secret Lairs that are coming out next week or the week after, I gotta set my alarm for that. I have not set my alarm for the Garfield ones or whatever else is in that drop, but history has shown that Secret Lairs that have cute animals on them do very well. The only caveat to that is we don't always or don't ever often know the print run of these. Obviously, the Goblin deck was not printed to demand as the masses wish it was. If we see this cat one at a much higher level of demand, it will take a lot longer for the cards to increase in price. But if you want to be a purchaser of Secret Lairs, I recommend playing the game that the other people in the game are playing, which is to have multiple browser windows open. My personal strategy is to use a few different machines. So I will use my desktop computer, I will use a couple laptops, and on each of those devices, I will try to have 3 incognito browsers open, one for Firefox, Chrome, and Explorer, and then 3 non-incognito browsers open, Firefox, Chrome, Explorer. I know some people use virtual machines. That's way too fancy and newfangled for a good old-fashioned DJ. But it is an option where you just only need one desktop computer and run a server or something to have virtual machines and queues in those machines, and then just try to roll the dice as much as you can to get the ones you want, or reach out to friends and say, hey, if you're trying to get this, can you pick up this one for me while you're getting the Garfield one? I would like my whatever artist one. I don't disagree with the fact that the release schedule is not optimal for most 9 to 5 people who like have to be clocked into the office at 9 a.m. Eastern or 9 a.m. Pacific or whatever, and like that those people do not get the chance to buy them. I'm not disagreeing that is not ideal. But we play the hand we're dealt, and I think that feedback is more vocal to like matters more to Wizards than the like you should print this to demand. I think like just increasing the window during which they are available is like a more salient point of like, hey, you should release this like Saturday noon or something like that. I don't know, but like maybe I'm sure there's a reason that also doesn't work, that like the money says that it doesn't work, but like, well, all in all, these are luxury goods. We're all just penguins moving rocks around. Like, it doesn't matter, and it's fine.
Yeah, and I don't browse the Secret Lair website very often. There's a lot more going on there than I think maybe most of us realize. Like, at this moment, there's like, let me count, 4, 8, 12, 6. There's like 25 different things available right now that you can get on the Secret Lair website. So like, I don't know if that means there's a lot of extra stock, but to your point about there being good deals, right now there's a Terror of the Peaks Secret Lair available. And while the other cards in it aren't great, you know, how much does the Dwarf Fortress Terror of the Peaks have to move? So yeah, I don't know. The Secret Lair product. I can
tell you right now,
is interesting
that the Dwarf Fortress foil one TCG low is already above the value of the product, because again, Ban has this. It has the data. The Dwarf Fortress Create New World TCG low EV is 56. The product is on the Secret Lair website for $40. The Terror of the Peaks is $43. Then you have like a few other $4 cards, and that's just like not the ideal margin when you factor in like taxes and fees from TCG on either end, but like it's a positive EV factor, and there are plenty of ways to juice that. Like, that's just a Secret Lair that is available weeks after the product release that you can just add to your cart with the other ones too. So like, you can run the numbers on other Secret Lairs as you go, and when you buy carts or when you buy new drops, you can just like add other ones in to subsidize your cost. It's really, really nice.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's knock out some picks of the week before we get out of here. What are you looking at this week, DJ?
Pick of the week, pick of the week, pick of the week. time for the pick of the week.
So I have a pick of the week that is, I believe this card is playable in CEDH, but even if it is not, it is just a card that has historically been in demand for regular Commander, and it's only gotten one real reprint in the past, 1,000 years, and that is Hermit Druid. Hermit Druid was a Stronghold card, or I mean, it's still from Stronghold, but it peaked at $20+. It got reprinted in Innistrad Remastered, finally got a real honest-to-goodness reprint, crushed it down to $5. It's crept up to $8 at the time of recording, and I don't think the card's going to get another reprint. As I have said for the third or fourth time now, lots of new Magic players. There are lots of cards that are just slowly being discovered. Lots of players reading this card 5 or 6 times and being like, wait, is this good just to get a basic land? And then you realize that it just bins your whole deck or 80% of your deck, and that's a strategy you can do that you are allowed to take part in. And then they will just get nibbled up and bought out from TCG players slowly. And Hermit Druid, very, very, very powerful Magic card. Obviously has seen play in Cube and Fringe Legacy decks back in the day. Still does a whole lot in Commander because you get to tune the number of basic lands you're running.
Right.
And the list version is $13. The Stronghold version is close to $20. I can see this Innistrad Remastered one going up to 15 or 20 in a year, and people are going to be like, wait, when did this happen? Because again, what is the reprint value here? What is the point at which it just stops being when does supply get added to the market? Maybe a Secret Lair. I can see it being a weird Secret Lair card. Sure. But anything could be. There was the list already.
The remastered version is already gone from 6 to 10, which shows you that there is actual demand for that's sort of the organic climb on the card already. So it shows you that there are actually people who want this card. It's not just it wasn't like it got reprinted and then became a bulk rare.
Innistrad Remastered, only a year old, by the way. A year and 13 months, 14, 15 months. But that set was not super long ago.
I guess.
It just feels
February 25, so 15 months or so. Wild. Okay. Well, I am looking this week at, this is a spreadsheet, a graph-based pick here, but Bottle Cap Blast from Fallout. You know this one, DJ?
Oh, sure. You could have just said it. You could have just said any Fallout card.
Exactly. That's exactly right. This one has gone from being a near bulk rare to being $3 or $4 right now, and I think it's just going to keep going because there's no reason it shouldn't. I mean, people, as you mentioned, are discovering these things. It's Fallout. It's not going to get reprinted anytime soon. It's got improvised, so the next time they come around with something that
has to be a card that was on a TikTok, right?
Yeah, it's not insane.
This card has to have been on some this card was covering 30% of the screen, and the other 30% was Subway Surfer and some person played this. It did very well for them, and they posted it to their 40,000 Twitter followers and or TikTok followers, and those people posted it to their 800,000 friends, and this card got Herbalifed into the world by just
who am I to argue with the algorithm? I just look at the spreadsheets.
I don't disagree. The card seems fine, and it's a interesting way to deal damage and also create treasures. It's neat. I like it, but I can see the graph on this speaks to a specific discovery point for sure.
You say, you say that though, so the card was worth nothing and then it starts climbing in April or so, but it wasn't an overnight spike where it then just, died. It's just kind of kept going. And I don't have any big, interest in this card or long-term hopes for this card. But once it kind of gets, it gets to that point where it just starts popping up in every treasure-based list on EDH Rec. And then it's just $5-10. So a little breaking bulk of the week for you there. Bottle Cap Blast. But as DJ said, almost anything in Fallout and some of these sets is at this point really good. To his point about how many new people there are, how many of them does it take to discover a Nuka-Cola vending machine and go, oh, I like that kind of thing. All right. Well, I think that about wraps it up for this week. Thank you, everyone, for listening to the show. And of course, thank you to our sponsor, MTG Band, for helping make this possible, as to our patrons who go to patreon.com/BSB to get the episode early, hang out in our Discord, get access to those spreadsheets DJ and I have been referencing, and of course, support the show and help us pay our editors. Thank you everyone for listening to Brainstorm Brewery. We'll see you next week.
This card's so expensive in Europe. JJ, you can leave this in as a fade out, but like normally Fallout cards, like normally cards for Commander only are just like more affordable in Europe, but like I guess Fallout just had like abysmal supply in Europe, because I went to check MKM and it's like low on this is like €4, which is like $5, which is like way, normally that's way like above what I would expect this to be available like at like €1 or something. Maybe it already got bought out with the other ones, but like I'm looking back at the market history graph and like it never went below like a